Okay, this is Domain 4.1. Assess and implement secure design principles in network architectures. So in this section, we're going to be getting into some various concepts, but the first part is around the OSI model and TCP/IP models that go along with that. So we're going to gain into the computer communication protocols that are associated with it. We're going to look at the various standard protocols that go along with that, and then we're going to look at the OSI model standards and then how these all specifically work within the networks. So when you're dealing with OSI model, one of the things to consider is we like to call it I call it this. I don't know if is probably not the right word, but the 7-layer burrito. And the reason I call it the 7-layer burrito is because it consists of 7 layers. And I know Taco Bell for a while there had a 7-layer burrito. So why not? Let's just make it something that you'll remember when you're ready for the test. You'll say, "Well, tell us about the OSI model." And you'll say the 7-layer burrito. Now the 7-layer burrito, each layer communicates up and down. So if you look at these different layers, 1 through 7, the physical layer, the data link layer, and so forth, they will communicate up to each other and they'll communicate down to each other. And it's designed specifically to help give a level of standardization around the overall stack when you're dealing with technology. So when you're dealing with the architecture guide, there was a piece of this that was created for the 7-layer burrito in the fact that it allows developers, and it allows architectural people to be able to create a product that then meets a various level of standards. So if you know that it's going to meet this standard, it's easier for you to develop a product to do that. And so therefore they wanted to have some level of standardization around it. So you need to remember, but the key thing you guys need to remember is the proper order. And we're going to go from 1 to 7. It's the physical up to the application layer. And if you remember those, you'll know, especially if they're going to ask you questions on the test around the data link layer communicating with the presentation layer. And you'll go, well, no, that's not true. The data link layer communicates with the physical layer or with the network layer. And I will say the OSI model tends to be one of the things that students struggle most with just because of the fact that there's so many different variables to it. Now, the other part that will really challenge this up is we get into another protocol that doesn't quite use the same OSI model. It uses a very similar one, but different. And that will even confuse you even more. But to just focus on right now, we're dealing with the OSI model specifically. And again, there's 7 layers, physical up to the application layer. Now, as these layers work, there's encapsulation and decapsulation, or basically unencapsulation. And this is what happens with the various layers. So as a layer goes down the stack, encapsulation will occur. So your application layer, let's say for an example, so if we go back